And go drop back. Let's just start with the two dots. A running start, as they say. Shein la gimel tefana yisakte heli gemara taner rabbanon. Shtayim kol chazan shish lafilu tefach. Rav Shimon Aimer, the famous Shitas Rav Shimon, who certainly only those who learn the Gemara know. You ask anyone in the world how many walls the sukkah need? 2 and a little bit. Tell them according to everyone knows the sukkah needs 2 and a little bit. Okay, as everything in life is, the Shitas Rav Shimon, his name. Zak Rav Shimon Aimer, Shlosh Chazar Ravias. Afilu tefach. Frakti Gemara b'Maika Mifki. What is the machlokes Rabbanan Savri Yishem leMesayra? Rav Shimon Savri Yishem leMikra. Explains the Gemara. Rabbanan Savri Yishem leMesayra. We go by the way that it's written. B'sukkos, only one has a vav, so it's 1, 1, and 2. Harikan Araba. Dal Chalugufei, one is for itself. Pashlu Trace, we got 3. Talasa, Shaim Chazan Vasel Chasan, the Lachman Shusini comes along with Gratul Shish Vokmia Tefach and minimizes the Tefach. Rav Shimon Savari Yishem leMikra goes by the way it's read. Basukos. You read a plural each time. It's YSV. It's YSV PTA tonight. Yeah, that's where Rabbi Cooper is, and that's where boys. Yes, your father is, and that's where probably Ellie's also. Ellie has sons yet there? No, not yet. No, who else? No, I feel someone else is probably there also. Weisborn might be there. He has a son. I don't know if that's where he is. Okay, Gewaldig. Weiter. Sorry, that was the biggest ADHD as I was reading. Yeshem leMikra was it's plural each time. Listen, it happens. It's been a long day. It's not close to being over. Harikan Sheish. Yeah, weiter. Harikan Sheish is 6. Dal Chad Krali Gufei. Get rid of 1 for itself. Pashalu Araba. That's 4. Shalish Kel Chasan. And then you have 3 in a little bit. So teretz number 1 is Yeshem leMikra, Yeshem leMesayros. Good. Teretz number 2. And everything is Gara, the last wall. Lach l'Moshe B'Sinai. Good. To put it down to the Tefach. Iba Yisem teretz number 2. The Kol Yishem leMikra. Everyone agrees, Yeshem leMikra, which is the way that it is read, which is the plural. So it should be 6. Do we need the extra pasuk for the schach or not? And that's how you can have the minimization of one of them for the schach or not. Everyone holds Yeshem leMesayros, which is the way that it is written. So everyone holds it's 4. So bumps it down. To bump it up. 4 minus 1 is 3. So now does Lachman bump it down to 2 in a little bit? That is the Chachamim. Or does it add on a little bit? 3 in a little bit. Number 4. Everyone agrees Lachman detracts. And everyone agrees Yeshem leMesayros. Everyone agrees it's the way that it is written. It's 4. V'acha b'darshin techilois kamifli. Marsav b'darshin techilois. Umarsav ein darshin techilois. What is darshin techilois? That the first one, could it be used, or do we say that no, we need that for the context, we need that for the pasuk?
What's the second boy saying?
Do you need an extra, one of the sukkahs is needed to teach a schach. So if one of the sukkahs is needed to teach a schach, so you started with 6. 1 is for itself is 4.
Divide 1 by
now, if one of them needs 4 schach, good. No. What do you mean 4, 5, 4? It's 2 and a little bit or 3 and a little bit. So it always starts with either 3 or 4. How do you get to 3 or 4? Mm-hmm. So we start with 6. Yeah. Minus 1 for itself. Yeah. So you're down to 4. Now the question is.
So then I minimize the second sukkahs to divide it to 2 also. That I need 1 for.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Saying maybe we don't have the Lachman Sinai to put it down on the Tefach. That's what you're saying, because the Gemara doesn't say that the Lachman Sinai comes and minimizes. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So what happened to Lachman Sinai? It just flew
maybe
into.
That's goof.
We don't need to learn a schach half. We have a pasuk for schach, no?
Yeah, but they're saying that we need an extra pasuk to teach us sukkah. There's no Lachman Sinai.
Who says according to this Lachman Sinai?
It's just a pella that every teretz of the Gemara assumes Lachman Sinai, and punct number 2, the Gemara says name. I was not aimed on that. 1 second. This is why I do Chazarah. 1 second. No. Yeah, you're right. Here, let me, 1 second. No. Yeah. You have 6. Good.
Take 1 off.
Minus 1 for itself is you have 4. You need to learn out schach. Now you have, if you learn out schach, that bumps it down to 3. And Lachlam Sinai bumps it down to 2 in a little bit. Or you don't need it for schach, and Lachlam Sinai bumps it down to 3 in a little bit. But you are correct that schach isn't a whole word, it's only going to be half a word. That's true. You have what you said? Again, Nachmal, so that's important. Let's speak that out again. You started with sukkos in the plural. 2, 4, 6. One of them is for itself. So it's not 6, it's down to 4. Of the 4, it needs to teach me that you need schach. But it's not a whole word. It's just the fact that it says it. So that is 4 is down to 3. Allah Sinai puts it down to either 2 and a little bit, or you don't need the extra 1 for schach, and Allah Sinai goes from 4 to 3 and a little bit. Beautiful. Ravina, no. Rav Masna Amar Taimud Rav Shimon Me'acha. Sukkati Letzel Yom Me'chayrev. Says Ramasna, totally new limud for Rav Shimon. Why does Rav Shimon hold it needs to be 3 in a little bit? Because we see in the pasuk that a sukkah needs to be able to protect you from the elements. And if you don't have a third full wall, your sukkah is not going to protect you from the elements. That is Rav Masna's way to explain Shitas Rav Shimon. Givaldik. Says the Heilige Gemara, Va'isai Tefach, Heichai, Mamido. But Tachlis, who's not here? I'm just trying to just put in my brain.
Eli, Gabe,
Okay, so Gabe is there. Eli, we're not sure. Weisbord. Who else?
Steinberg. Menachem. That's 5.
Steinberg and Menachem. Those are the 2 we don't know where they are. Okay, Psitter.
I'm here now 5.
Psitter. No, that's it. You're right.
Basically what it is.
No, Steinberg and Menachem. Weisbord, I think, is probably YSC PTA with Gabe, with Rabbi Cooper. So the 2 of them are PTA.
And I just came back from a 15-hour drive yesterday.
Ach, weiß nicht was.
He's
Weiter.
recuperating.
Weiter.
The boss, though.
That's what he's recuperating. That's what he's recuperating
15
from.
hours in the car.
That's what he's recuperating
Both
from.
not driving, so it's a lot of conversations. Or a lot of screaming.
That's quite the date, as they say. What was the excuse? He should have been on Zoom. You want to get off at least for 20 minutes. Okay, so says the Gemara, that tefach. What's going on with Chazarah? Anyone do Chazarah the past few days or no?
Yes, I asked for one today.
Yeah, no, I know I didn't send, but we have to push the Chazarah. Once we do Chazarah, it's important to find some time during the day to do a shtickle Chazarah. Okay, va'isai tefach heichan ma'a midai. Where replace that tefach? Amar Rav Mamidai keneged hayoytze. Stam, you have 2, a little extra shtickle. That's, I guess, the pashtus. Armli Rav Kana Rav Asi Rav Frakti Gemara. V'yamidenu keneged roish tur. Why don't you put it on a diagonal, literally? Now, where is the diagonal? When you look at your pictures in Rashi, there's 3 different ways. When we learned the Gemara, we went with the 3rd way, not to take sides. But we said, Rashi says that the diagonal makes it ki'ilu an extra 2 walls. So just if it's diagonal of facing the other 2, it's just easier to understand how that's 2 walls. Says the Gemara. So we asked, why don't you put on a diagonal? Again, that's a kasha. Shosik Rav. Rav was quiet. Itmar Nami. So was he Maida or not? We don't know. Itmar Nami. Amar Shmuel Shmei de Levi. Mamida keneged hayoytze. V'chemar b'midrash mamida keneged hayoytze. Seemingly he wasn't Maida, because if the shastik was that he was Maida, it would be a little bit funny that he was Maida, that it should be on a diagonal. And then the Gemara continues and says, put it on coming out. Rav Simon. V'iteimer Rav Yishuv ben Levi Amar. Oislei tefach soichik. Make a wide tefach, an expanded tefach, a little bit bigger than a tefach. Umamidai, and place it pipachois mishleisha tefachim, within 3 tefachim samach l'taifen. What does that do for us? Chapachais mishleisha samach l'taifen kilavadami. And then you have 4. Very good. In Zakarashi, what does 4 do for us? You need rive of the wall. So if Simon is teaching us a new chiddush, it's not enough to have 2 and a little bit. That little bit has to be in the way that it's ki'ilu a whole wall. La halacha, which is 4 tefachim. Amar Rav Yehuda, Sukkah sui kim mavoy ksheira. Says Rav Yehudi, you have a sukkah that the two walls are on the two sides. That is kosher. Va'isai tefach, and the little extra tefach for two and a little bit, where do you put it? Ma'amidai l'chayruach sheyirtza. Says Rav Yehuda, put it wherever you want. Sticking out a little bit, put that tefach. Rav Simon, Vitem Rav Yishub ben Levi Amar, no. If you have a sukkah like a mavui, you have a sukkah one wall on one side and one wall on another side, it's not enough just to put a little piece. And you can understand very simply why, because these two walls have no shaykhs to each other. So rather, it says Rav Yishub ben Levi, Rav Simon, that you need more. What do? This time it's not even enough to make a 4 tefach wall. Now you need even more than that. You need to take a 4 tefach wide board. Umashu. 4 and a little bit. And where do you place it? Within 3 of one of the walls. Then has a din of lavud, and therefore you have a din of 7. Frak the Gemara, 1 second. Why in the first case did Rav Simon say 1 tefach, 1.1 is enough? You put it within 3 is 4, it's a rive of the wall. And here he says you need 4 within 3, which is a full 7. Says the Gemara, you have 2 walls, so it makes sense you need a tefach seichek. Whereas over here, in Eloi Loi. Amar Rava comes along Rava, and Rava adds on a chiddush. Ve'enoi niteres ela b'tzuras apesach. A cryptic statement of Rava, we don't yet know what it means. But says Rava, in the case you have 2 walls and a little bit, it's only mutter with a tzuras hapesach. Says the Gemara, Ika diamri, pshat number 2, Amar Rava, viniteres nami b'tzuras hapesach. It also could work. You don't need a tzuras hapesach. Either have a tefach, or nami have a tzuras pesach. So again, pshat 1 is only tzuras pesach. Pshat 2 is either a tefach or a tzuras pesach. Pshat 3, ikadi amri damar rava utzricha nami tzuras pesach, which is what? You need both a tefach and a tzuras pesach. Rav Ashi Ashchel Rav Kahana T'Ka'av Tefach Soichik. Rav Ashi found Rav Kahana that he was making a Tefach Soichik and the Ka'av Tzuras HaPesach, and he's doing both. Amar Lei Lo Yisrael L'Mal L'Had Rava Tamar Rava V'Niteres Nami B'Tzuras HaPesach. So why are you doing both? Either or is enough. Amar Lei Ano K'idach Lishna the Rava Spherely Tamar Rava Tzricha Nami Tzuras HaPesach. Give, we'll do a little chazara. Chavra, I hope